Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to my channel Papercraft Secrets. Today I'm sharing a special Mother's Day layout. This is created with my free Mother's Day printable. This kit is a free download on my website at www.papercraftsecrets.com.au. This two sections here creates a Mother's Day card, and then you've got some little leaves as well that you can use. Then you've got the insides of your cards and you've got some pretty butterflies. And then on the next page there are some flower wreaths and floral clusters and some more butterflies that you can fussy cut out and add to a layout or add to your cards. And then we change colour schemes to the blue and the green. You've got two frames and some little extra bits of foliage, and then you've got your inside card pieces and some little butterflies and a leaf piece of foliage there. And then you've got some more floral clusters and some more little frames and some more butterflies that you can cut out. Then you have your background papers, so there's like pinky one for the pink colors. There's two pink ones, and that matches this page if you want to make a layout or you want some background papers for your cards. So they all go together. And then there's the blue ones, so you've got a dark blue and a light blue, and that matches your blue Mother's Day cards and your Mother's Day bits for your layouts. There is also this white wood grain page which matches the blue and also matches the pink that you can use with either. So these papers are all free. They're a free download. You need to go to my website www.papercraftsecrets.com.au and you need to sign up for the free printables to receive this free Mother's Day download. I'm going to create some cards and a layout using the blue side of the printables today. And I'm going to share that video tutorial with you so that you can follow along and create with these printables. You can use the pink version if you prefer and just use the same sort of ideas as what I'll show you. So I'm starting with a white 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to trim off the barcode strip because I am going to begin with a layout today. I'm using two blue pages, the light blue and the dark blue. I've printed the light blue out twice. Obviously with a printable you can print as many papers as you need. You will never run out of this printable because you can print it as many times as you would like. I'm just going to start by cutting off all of the white edges around the papers. My plan for this layout is to have the light blue on the bottom and the dark blue at the top. Obviously we're printing on A4, so we are not going to have a piece of paper that is wide enough to cover the entire 12 by 12 square. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I've torn my blue page into two strips. I'm going to use that as my top section, and then I'll have my blue bit on the bottom, my light blue bit on the bottom. To hide my joins, I'm going to use a torn edge, and then I'll cover it up mainly with embellishments. So I'm going to start by simply gluing this section of the paper onto the bottom left hand corner of my white 12 by 12 cardstock. Then I'm gluing my second piece on, but I will be cutting off some of the excess of this blue cardstock. I won't be using all of it. So I'll just trim off that excess piece with my paper trimmer. Now I'm going to add my blue pieces to the top of my layout. So just a little bit of glue on this piece, sticking it to the top left hand corner, and then a little bit of glue on this side. And then I'll just cut off that excess piece of paper. I am going to be covering up the joins, so you won't even notice that they're there. Just trim off that little bit there. And there is the base of our layout created. The next step is to go through this page here and fussy cut everything out. So we've got our beautiful blue butterflies, and we have our lovely floral clusters, and we have our frames. So I've just gone through and cut all of these things out so that they're all ready to be used on my layout. You might like to do this in front of the TV, or in a relaxing time, because it takes a while to cut out all of those little bits and pieces from the sheet. Just pop them in a little bowl or something. I've chosen my two little photographs, and I've got this sketch. Now this sketch is a free sketch on my layout on my website, so you can download this sketch for free and you can use it to create your layout. I'm going to use the two little frames around my photos, so just adding a little bit of glue to the outside so that I can put this little delicate frame on top of my photograph, and then I'll just trim my photograph to fit the frame. I'll just cut that little bit off the bottom there. That's looking cute. And then my next one is going to go around and just get the face and the pencil and the arm. So I'm cutting quite a bit off this photo because it's a smaller frame. I printed my photos out to 3 by 4 inches, and then I just trim them down to the size of the frame. Just add a bit of glue there now that I know where that's going to go. That's very cute. So we're going to be following along with our sketch. We've got our photos in the middle, and we're going to build up an embellishment cluster around our photos, and we're going to use these little flower clusters to hide the joins in our paper, in case you don't want to see those joins. I mean, there's nothing wrong with seeing the ripped join, but you may or may not want to see it. You may want to cover it up. If you want to cover it up, you can do so with the flowers. So it's just a matter of finding little spots for the flowers to go. You can tuck them in under the paper if you'd like to, and have them sort of like popping out from behind the ripped paper, which looks really cute. And so the whole purpose with these flowers is to layer different layers into the layout and create a beautiful cluster. Once you are happy with where you're going to put your little flowers, you can start to glue those flowers in to your layout. It's a large one there, and then these little ones here popping in underneath that ripped edge. And this little one here. And then just continuing on, gluing all of those flowers down onto your page. That's looking really beautiful, and now we are moving on to adhering our photographs. So I'm going to use a little bit of recycled cardboard on the back of my photograph so that it stands up a little bit off the page. And then I'm going to overlap my photos slightly, and I've got them on a diagonal, two different diagonal planes. Beautiful. That's looking really good. And now to add our butterflies. I absolutely love butterflies, and I find they just work so well in layouts and on cards. So I've just added in heaps and heaps of blue butterflies into this printable so that you can print off as many as you would like. And I'm just adding those in along the ripped section of the page and around the flowers, and I'm turning them on a diagonal, either facing one way or the other, so that it looks like they're sort of flying and just landing on the flowers. And that's all of those pasted in there now. It's looking really pretty. Now I've still got some more clusters here from my other page, or maybe I printed out a second page. I'm not sure. But the thing is with these printables is that you can print as much as you would like to. So if you want 5 pages of the butterflies or the flowers, you can print 5 pages. Once you have the free printable, you can print it as many times as you like. So I'm just going in and adding more floral clusters into the design of the layout to give it more decoration. Obviously, this is personal preference. You can leave it as it is and it still looks really pretty, or you can add more flowers into the layout. And then I'm just going to go through and glue all of those extra little pieces in so that they're nice and secure. I might need to fussy cut a few other little images to add to my design. Once you get going on your design, you keep adding and adding. And then I'm going to finish off my layout with some sparkly glitter glue on my butterflies. And I'm just cutting a few tiny butterflies so that I've got a few smaller ones that sort of give a variety of shapes, variety of sizes, so they're not just all the same size. It'll just make it look a little bit more interesting. And that is my layout. I'm really, really happy with it. It's got my beautiful children in there. It's a lovely Mother's Day layout. Now I'm going to move on and make my Mother's Day cards. So I'm just going to cut off those excess little bits there and there. And my butterflies. Now you can add those pieces into your layout if you want to. If you think that you can add more in and that your layout needs more, you can certainly add those pieces in to your layout. You can keep adding and adding into this sort of a design. It's hard to know when to stop, to be honest, because there's like more. Oh, should I add more? Just adding some leaves in here. A few more leaves. Some in there. All right, I think that's finished now. I'm happy with that. Onto the cards. Cutting out the cards first. On the line, you can either cut the line off or you can keep the line on. Doesn't really matter, whatever you prefer. I'm going to make 2 Mother's Day cards. The next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and I've chosen a lovely blue color to create my cards. This will match in with the blue printables. If you don't have any blue cardstock, you can of course use the blue paper that is included in the printable. Why not put that to good use? If you're finding that nothing matches in your stash, then you can just simply print those out again and use those as your card bases. So let's just make these cards up. These are quick and easy cards to make. Perfect for Mother's Day. Just pop that on there. Just going to fold that over. Smooth that down. And then I'm going to trim that extra bit off. But first, let me glue this on. This is the inside of the card. Okay, and then I can just trim that little section off with my paper trimmer. And there's the base of my card. I'm just going to repeat that process with the other card. So we've completed both bases of our cards now, and I'm going to add some butterflies to my cards. So I'm just fussy cutting out those tiny little butterflies and then gluing them on to my cards near the flowers, just to add a little bit of three-dimensional effect to my cards. And then I just add some of that really pretty glitter glue on top, so my butterflies are all shiny and sparkly. And there I have my beautiful Mother's Day cards created, and I made a Mother's Day layout. And this brings me to the end of my video. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely crafty day.